Hey guys, we're back and we're ready to get started with the second series of the day. It's going to be Dead Monster versus Evoh. And we're going to be starting off with the US East server for this one. So 3 games on US East server and then 3 games on Europe. Going well, at the end of round 1, EU leads by 2 games, thanks mainly to the apparently Jack sweeping victory. That's the largest contributing factor. But Evoh also put in work for NA in the last round, beating Revzy in 5 out of the 6 games. And since Evoh is a US East player, in fact, I think based on the ping that he's got here, the server is in fact in his bathroom, presumably. Yeah, he's a US East player, so we're going to be doing 3 games US East, then 3 games on Europe. For the West players, it's just all played on US East. So let's see how Evoh can do. Can he get another strong showing? Not just on US East, because he did beat Revzy 3 times on US East. He even took 2 games off Revzy on Europe. So he's clearly got what it takes to take games on high ping as well. And NA desperately need that, because they're not going to win this event today with only Daniel showing up. They need other players as well, and so far Evoh's been that guy as he demos Dead Monster on the back wall and puts in his first goal. Hey, thank you from above with the 9-month prime. Welcome back to the channel. Also Finest with the 5-month prime and the brand new prime from Erathier. Appreciate it, guys. I'm sure that there must be a prediction for this. Is there a prediction for this already? Has one already happened? Oh my goodness. Oh, Dead Monster's just barely missed that wave dash. Not sure he was going to get back to that in time anyway, but what a dunk that was to nearly get a 2-1 lead. Evoh's got a lot of space now, and Dead Monster closes the gap. Oh, no worries, Grim Dark Flame, all good. But I'll be very surprised if we have anything except an Evoh to win prediction here. That's my personal prediction. Although last time I predicted Evoh to win something, he did end up losing. I thought that he would beat Ahmad yesterday in the ME vs NA showdown, and he got reverse swept, so I was pretty surprised by that, because I know Ahmad has been playing a ton of 3v3 recently for IWO, but I would guess that has to be down to nerves. Evoh must have been feeling the pressure, going up against a seasoned competitor like Ahmad, such a well-known player. And yeah, Ahmad, when he gets rolling, is just one of those guys who can pop off, take it to the next level. Not good enough in the air dribble from Dead Monster. Evoh easily shuts it down and makes it 3-1. Hey RJC, thanks for the 27-month tier 3. Welcome back to the channel, buddy, and hope you're enjoying the matches so far today. Everybody who's just tuned in or in the past half hour, be sure to thank RJC for the $1,000 prize pool. That is winner takes all. Whichever region wins this, they get the money today. Oh, Dead Monster's dunks though. Look at this. Evoh got a piece of this, quite a big piece, but Dead Monster just takes the cake with that one. What a 50-50. Squashing in his second goal. And he's had a couple of dunks already this game. Something that Evoh's going to need to watch out for. Solid recovery by Dead, but hey, oh my goodness, Evoh's right on him. He didn't expect that. Evoh wasting no time at all to just dive into the back corner and demo Dead Monster. He's just leaving the ball. He doesn't care about the ball. Just goes straight for the player. No, not necessarily every series will be starting on NA today. I did a coin flip for this one, and Evoh guessed heads, and it was heads. So he wanted to start on NA. Yeah, either way, it will end up being mostly the same, I believe, because we've done things like this in the past where you start, with one server, then switch, and there doesn't seem to be any historical advantage, because obviously if you, if you start on the away server, the pressure is on the opponent to get the win, but at the same time, if you start on your home server and get the wins, then the pressure's on the opponent to do the same thing. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I watched tennis back in the day, I've not watched tennis for a while actually, but when I used to watch tennis, it used to always be better to play, or rather to serve first, because then you're putting the pressure on the other guy immediately. You just win the point on your serve, or win the game on your serve, pressures on the other guy to do the same. So I've not seen it happen as much in Rocket League as tennis, but whenever you watch any kind of game where there's a clear advantage, I'm not sure if it's the same sort of thing in volleyball or any other games with serving, badminton probably, but you want to go first, you want to serve first, you want to have the home game first so that you can win it and then put the pressure on the opposition. So this is I think good for Evoh to be here. Beautiful wave dash to set up the ground shot. Dead Monster struggling with the kickoffs here. Is volleyball the opposite? I have no idea about volleyball, to be honest. I just brought it up as another example, but I've never watched any volleyball at all, so can't say I know. I used to play tennis and badminton a little bit. Always wanted to serve first, put the pressure on. Yeah, Evoh's absolutely got the pressure on Dead Monster here. The mechanics are out, the demos are out in full force, and he's coming into this game with a 5-1 record in his last series. The Dead Monster's got a 1-5 record in his last series. Well, yeah, obviously, if you're in a tennis tiebreak and you serve first, you get one serve, then the other guy gets two, so obviously it would be pressure back on you. But for that to happen, he'd have to hold both of those points. I feel like you're more likely to get a break if serve if you try 2 times in a row than if you just get one try. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is it's perfectly fine to go first. And in some cases you might even prefer it, but it's probably like player to player will vary. It'll probably vary player to player. Dead Monster really trying to go even on kickoff series, using a lot of boost on the approach of every single kickoff just to try not to get scored on. Try not concede a big pressure play immediately. But obviously in doing so, if he wins the kickoff, he doesn't have as much boost to actually play with afterwards. So he's in a tough position here. And Evoh's taking all the boost away. He's going to go for a corner double. I don't think he's got it, but Dead Monster has to respect that because the mechanics that Evoh's had on display already have been that impressive. Huge bounce dribble coming out for Dead Monster, but he's hit the post, and I think he had to score there because Evoh was nowhere near saving it. But definitely some weaknesses defensively. I mean, this is just game 1, but Evoh has looked vulnerable in defense a few times this game, and in offense he's been unreal. Dead Monster with an own goal to finish the game. I think he was pretty much on the go next wave here, but also just decided, you know what, it's either an own goal or a beautiful pass to myself off the crossbar, win-win situation. So Dead Monster there not showing Evoh his usual strategy that he utilizes against the kickoff into the back corner. I'm actually not a fan of Evoh using that kickoff there, because I haven't seen him do it too often. And it's probably better to save those variations in your kickoffs for a game where it might make a difference. Here the game is already over, so I'm not definitely not a fan of that reveal from Evoh. But we'll have to wait and see if it ends up mattering. The one way it can backfire is if he goes for another half flip kickoff on a diagonal spawn in let's say this game or the next game. Dead Monster is going to be ready for it. He's going to see it coming, and he's going to be able to get around the ball and take a free possession play after the kickoff. But we'll see. We'll see if he goes for it again. Maybe it's just a bluff. Maybe he's just saying, hey, Dead Monster, look, I'm half flipping into the ball on kickoff. Or I'm half flipping away from the ball, I should say. You better be worried about that one. And then he just never does it again. So it might just be a big brain play being attempted. Oh, power shot from Dead Monster. Sneaks through. And Evoh, it's a bit too casual on the way back to defense. It's not holding boost the entire time. Left him slightly out of position. He was trying to bait a shot, actually, by the looks of things. He was trying to leave that door open. Well, he's trying to make it look like the door was open for a shot, but at the last second close it. And then he ended up not getting the door closed at the last second. The demos continued to be huge for him. This one was already, I think, after the fact. Dead Monster really not expecting the side flip shot there from Evoh. And by the time he saw it, the ball was already past him. 1-1. Evoh shrugs the kickoff to the side of the field. It's a big chance for him, but solid air dribble defense, not for the first time this series by Dead Monster. He might play for a bump here himself. Actually goes for the ball, and he's got options there. You know, maybe sneaks a shot into the bottom corner. Maybe plays for the boost steal. Dead Monster just break checking Evoh's demo attempt, but Evoh's not leaving the half. He's still here. Dead Monster, I think, now realizes that Evoh is just going to keep barreling forward. He's all out aggression at the moment. And if he can keep defending effectively, if he can look out for those back corner demos and those really aggressive plays in the back corners, then I think Dead Monster might be able to counterattack in this matchup with some success. But you got to look out for Evoh's never-ending bag of tricks. It's only just gotten started today. He's only just getting started. Trust me. But Dead Monster has gotten the ball past him again. Can he secure the open net? Oh, he can't. He's not even close. Dead Monster way off. He's absolutely smashed the post there. And what a disaster. That's a 2-goal open net miss. Should it be up? Well, I mean, if he hits the open net, he's up 3-1. So I'm going to say it. He should be up 3-1 here because it's an open net. But instead, it's a 2-2 game. And he's really been struggling from the center circle here. He's invested so much boost on every kickoff just to try and go even. That's a better result for him. Double 50-50. Heads towards the back corner. But Evoh continues with the back corner aggression. He doesn't care. But Dead Monster's got the slight boost advantage. He's going to stick around and keep the pressure on him. And I like that. I really like that he's not giving Dead Monster space, not giving him time to play with. Oh, look at this though by Dead Monster. Oh my. Slots it on the recovery. Oh, that's so cheeky. He let go of his boost mid-air dribble there to pretend that he was going to come back down to the ground and catch the ball, and then he actually reignites the boost when Evoh's already committed to a defensive line. And it was too little too late for Evoh, just couldn't get back to it. Now, I don't think Dead Monster's going to get back to this one either. Evoh spots him coming, chips it over him, and he shows Dead Monster how to hit an open net, albeit an easier one. Lovely little touch there by Evoh. He's looking to get as much height on the pop as possible to avoid the incoming challenge. Saw a bit of a camera flicker there by Dead Monster after it. I wonder if he, you know, it's one of those situations where he probably hit the ball on his screen, but he knows he's on the away server here, so going for the, like, lunging challenges and risky 50-50s, even risky demo plays, it's just something you don't really want to be doing on the away server. We saw it from Joria's in Game 6 against Fifi. He barely missed on 2 demos at the end of the game and ended up losing it. Now, I don't think that those were smart plays to be making, because although the server can correctly and accurately predict where the ball is at any given time, it can't predict the opponent's car perfectly. So you've got to give it that little time to react and respond. Awkward position for Dead Monster. 2 wheels landed off the wall there. And that's what's enabled Evoh to easily take control of yet another possession play. And it is going to be up in the air again. He clips Dead Monster, and that is a great play by Evoh. He has struggled to establish aerial dominance, something that I'm sure a lot of Evoh fans were expecting him to do up until this point. It's mostly down to Dead Monster's air dribble defense. I think Dead Monster is very good at that kind of play. The main problem for Dead Monster in this series so far has been the confidence with his shooting. That's another shot that is timid and no threat at all. You add that to the open net miss earlier, and you've got the explanation for Dead Monster's current predicament. Evoh backed up to his goal line, but he lands outside the net. That's a big difference, and if he'd landed inside the post here, Dead Monster would be shooting again uncontested, so really good defense for Evoh. But Dead Monster's early touch takes it past him. Casual rebound to make sure of this open net. And both players making very good touches here to outplay one another in the midfield. Smooth by Dead Monster on the away server. No, Evoh yesterday lost to Ahmad. He lost to Ahmad. Oh wow, huge challenge by Dead Monster. He was throwing himself in at that one, had to read exactly where Evoh was sending the ball, and then dodges the demo on the recovery as well. How are the So Dries is actually looking like he's going to take a game off Jordy. That's massive for NA. How are the other series going as well? What are the series scores, guys? If you want to drop them in chat, that'd be much appreciated. Maybe put the server in brackets as well if it's only on one server at the moment. It's a nice recovery by Dead Monster to deny another kickoff goal. Evoh gives him credit for it. Evoh is so aggressive with his turnaround challenges. He is not giving Dead Monster any space to play with. Dead Monster calls a bluff on the fake challenge anyway, and then plays for the back corner. He's got the boost now. Can Evoh reach the ball? I think he can, just. Gets enough of it to keep Dead Monster away from the play, and as usual, brilliant vision by Evoh, who's up against it here. Dead Monster has all the boost and possession of the ball. Can Evoh defend? Not sure if he can, because Dead Monster's clipped him and lets the ball bounce on through. He just shielded it really well here. All the way up to the goal. Stayed right in front of it and ties it. Now, Evoh has to keep the pressure on. He's been, for the most part, the dominant player here, but Dead Monster is such a tough nut to crack at times. Well, that being said, he's way off the line here. Evoh nearly sniped that, and he's quickly up to the second ball. Has he got the third? I think he does. Evoh takes his time with it. Composure secures an open net lead for him. Dead Monster just did not expect him to go for that one. He thought he had enough of an influence on the play to force Evoh to back down, but you've got to be careful. Evoh does not back down easily. He just keeps on coming forward. Now Dead Monster's got to do it all over again. And of course, Evoh's not going to give him a free shot on the ball there. Dead Monster's got to work for everything at the moment. But work he will. Bumps Evoh off the play. And now, the air dribble bump on zero. Dead Monster's done it! What a play! Bumps him off the ball in the midfield, and then bumps him off the ball to send it into the net. That's clutch from Dead. But he's been going 1 goal down, tie game, 1 goal down, tie game repeatedly here. Can he now get his nose in front in overtime? This would be a huge advantage for Dead Monster in the series. Oh, Evoh's stolen the boost though. This is now all in Evoh's favor, but he's completely missed it. Oh my goodness. Evoh nearly threw it away there. Luckily for him, it was a really awkward shot for Dead Monster, who's keeping an eye on Evoh as best as he can. He knows Evoh's aggression needs to be respected. You can't just assume he's going to back down at any moment. Now Evoh powers on through to the offensive corner. Dead Monster flies back into position. Has he stayed goal side? It looks like he has. Evoh wants that boost on spawn. Goes for the immediate shot instead. Really sniping those ground shots as sharply as he can. Versus back into position. Gives himself some space. Dead Monster sneaks the ball past him. Had to look out for the dunk there on the follow through. Now Evoh. 50-50 goes his way. That's game. And what a game it was. Well, what a crucial win for NA, because I think across the board, EU is slightly in the lead again. Jack sweeping Dries, I've heard. Revsy taking a game off Daniel. If Evoh can keep getting the wins here, that's going to keep NA in this. But boy, that was close. He really, really had to dig deep there. Dead Monster not giving him anything at all. But meanwhile, we'll see if Evoh can get the third game win on US East over Dead Monster. Dead Monster was not able to take a game off Daniel on US East. Oh, he's really faked Evoh there. Luckily for Evoh, the boost advantage will get him back to the ball and even get himself a free goal. Dead Monster's recovery was hindered by the lack of boost. Oh, that little turn as well. He was waiting to see if he could make a play on that. Then he realized too late that Evoh was going to beat him to it. Dead Monster had backed up to the mid boost. I think he might have been fine. Oh, what a flick by Evoh. There's no way that Dead Monster thought he was getting underneath this ball. Look at that move. Just barely gets under it and flicks it to the top corner. That's tough to read. Very, very tough to read from Dead Monster's POV, because where Dead Monster's looking at him there, he really just thought that it was going to be a low shot. Maybe a slight upward arc on it at best. Actually, Evoh takes it to another level. That's one of the best goals we've seen all day. The aggression from Evoh really is just something else. I mean, he's got no business sticking around here for that last touch, but he's going for it anyway. And Dead Monster, although he's expecting it almost at this point, still, I think just a bit baffled by the aggression from Evoh. He is not backing down from anything. There again, just a ridiculous double touch or rebound attempt, and it's got him in trouble. I mean, you love to see it because the aggressive playstyle is so fun to watch against a calculated, positional player like Dead Monster. But Evoh, you're winning by 2 there. I don't think you need to go for the 3rd goal with such a risky play. Of course, he's asking himself on the fly, do I score this more than half the time? And as a confident youngster, he's going to say, well, yeah, of course I do. Of course I scored this more than half the time. So why would I not go for it? I don't know, though. I don't know if he scores that more than half the time. It's a tight angle. Very tight angle there. And you can guarantee that every time you miss it, Dead Monster is going to score. Dead Monster trying to sneak a shot through. He was hoping that Evoh would play for the mid boost, but Evoh stays goal side. Dead Monster showing a lot of respect to Evoh's flick game. As Evoh's flick doing work here. I mean, even though Dead Monster got a save on that, the fact that he's landing inside the net is rough. But there, okay, now we do get a Dead Monster goal as Evoh gets out of position looking for boost. So there, that mid boost grab just is not something Evoh can afford to do. Dead Monster has the shooting angle. He's keeping another game extremely close, so extremely respectable showing here for Dead Monster. Evoh's been one of the best in North America recently in the 1v1 show match scene, and Dead Monster for the 2nd game in a row, really putting the pressure on him. Great save by Evoh. Look at that. He's landed outside the net and fighting for that back corner boost. If he just saves that a split second later, he's in his own net. Dead Monster steals the boost away. But this is what the alternative is. The alternative reality is that Evoh gets the save on the right side of the goalpost, takes the ball and the boost, and then spirals into a bump on Dead Monster. 3-2. Both players connecting with the air dribble bumps in this series. And yeah, I think 3 of the NA players are under 15. Daniel is, Evoh is, and I believe Fifi is as well. Is Fifi? Not actually 100% sure about Fifi. Oh, Fifi's 18? Oh yeah, it was going to be Wiz. It was going to be Wiz. Wiz is under 15. He was going to play today. But Fifi subbed in for him because Wiz was unable to play. That's right. Fifi was in RLCS at one point. That's correct. Dead Monster again has to just concede the possession. He's not the kind of player to just play for a risky 50-50. It's not something that's in his playbook, whereas Evoh, he's happy to go for every 50-50. That's a good turn in there. Evoh gonna get a double demo as well. Dead Monster spawning in the worst possible place. Is Evoh gonna go for him again? No, he's just gonna take the goal. Nightmare spawn for Dead Monster. I don't think it would have made a difference in terms of who scores next, because that ball was centering itself. I think Evoh would have been able to squeeze it in the bottom corner before Dead Monster gets there. I think you'd rather see that than get demoed twice. Evoh, placement on point. And now he's up by 3. Is Forky playing now? Forky's not playing in this one. He played yesterday. I was surprised by Forky yesterday. I heard he got a reverse sweep. I didn't watch the match yet, but that's a pretty big win for Forky because Ams is a great player. And Forky has had trouble with series that start badly in the past. So for Forky to get a reverse sweep against Ams, that's a great result. So well played, Forky, there. I think I would call it an upset as well because Ams is really, really good. He's a really good player. Time running out for Dead Monster. He doesn't have, I think, too many more shots on Evoh's net before the game's over, but he's got this one, and Evoh's not going to be there to save it. Bit of a messy defensive play there for Evoh. He wanted to get some kind of touch on the ball, but obviously not that one. Still, 2 goals to the good for Evoh. And he's consistently backing Dead Monster up off these kickoffs. Very, very strong kickoff pressure. Dead Monster unable to squeeze in. Another open net. And he has to just go for it here. Not really any options. Dead Monster knows that time is not on his side, and he's forced to just play for the challenge and really hope for the best. Hope he can catch Evoh napping. Almost got him in the demo there, but almost is not good enough. He has to play for the flick as well. No such luck for Dead Monster. Evoh's got the game and the first half of this set in the bag, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes here. Dead Monster up in the pressure. He doesn't have any choice but to do what he's doing right now, and that's keep on turning for the ball, going for shots like this one, and he gets it. Dead Monster has played really well here. Evoh tried to keep control of this one, but he didn't expect Dead Monster to be positioned that aggressively. Of course, Dead Monster's just doing the only thing that he can do to stay in this game. And still, great save, Dead Monster. But can he get to the ball once again? I don't think Evoh's going to give him a chance here. One air dribble is all it takes. Instead, opts for the hard clear. It is in an awkward position for Dead Monster. Evoh could just try and demo him, and I think it's game over. Dead Monster unable to snipe the curve. That's game. And 3 in a row for Evoh. We're going to be switching over to the EU server for the second half of the set now. Overall, I'd say not a surprising result after Evoh swept Revzy on US East as well earlier. I think Revzy and Dead Monster are at a pretty similar level, but still an impressive showing for Dead Monster. Couple, I think game 2 and 3 there, a bit closer than Evoh was hoping for, but now all the pressure's on Dead Monster, so we'll get this second half of the set started as soon as we find a good server for Evoh. Drally saying, I think AMS is scrimming. Yeah, I said this a few times earlier. Well, not all the Middle East players, because I know players like Death, and who else played Middle East versus NA? Oh, just Death, actually. Yeah, pretty much just Death is the only one from the Middle East versus NA Showdown who's not scrimming threes a ton right now. Yeah, TRK, Khaled, Ahmad, and AMS are all in the top 4 for Middle East IWO. And that's the biggest tournament of the year for those guys, so they are taking it pretty seriously. And now we're on to EU server. Let's see if Evoh can keep on putting in work for NA. He took a couple games off for Revzy on EU earlier, but Dead Monster starts off this game with a 1-goal lead. So Revzy's 3-1 against, losing 3-1 against Daniel right now, apparently. And apparently Jack is beating Dries 3-1. Is that correct? Dries 2-1 up against Jorias. That's massive. Dries got swept 6-0 against Jack, so unable to get any game wins for NA in the first round. But if he's got already 2 off Jorias, that's a great showing for Dries. Maybe he can get more as well, because every game's going to be US East on that entire set, so he might be able to get even more. Jack 3-0 and Fifi. Look at Dead Monster. He's clipping Evoh now. Looks like already Dead Monster's having a lot more fun with the kickoffs. We'll see if this continues to be a strong point for him on the EU server. I don't know what stream Joria's Dries is on, but you can see all the streams with the exclamation mark multi command. Yeah, it sounds like Dries is having a great showing against Jorias. That's awesome after a tough start against Jack. Yeah, I mean, getting 6-0'd by Jack is surprising. I didn't think that Jack was going to 6-0 Dries on US East. I thought maybe 4-2 was a expected scoreline in Jack's favor. And honestly, like, going into today, I had no idea what kind of level Jorias was going to be at. So if you asked me to make a Jorias prediction before the day starts, that's a tough one. That's a range, you know. That's a range of results. If you know, it's 3-3, I'm not surprised. If it's 6-0 for Jorias, I'm not surprised. It's always a bit difficult to predict Jorias games after a long layoff from ones. Speedy Flames, yeah, Dead Monster is absolutely taking IWO seriously, just like the other guys. But I know Dead Monster's got a ton of show match experience, so he knows what to do here, and he's putting up a great fight against Evoh here. It's a good save, but oh, not the best landing. Dead Monster centers it by accident. And Evoh gets the goal, and I'm sorry, Dead Monster, we have to see what on earth happened here. Because he almost got a good save on this, but he just landed on the wrong side of the ball. Oh no. Poor guy. Yeah, I'm well hyped for Italy and IWO. Dead Monster, Arju, Cuxer winning the EU West qualifier, one of the most stacked qualifiers that there is. That's a really big result for them. They're going to have a tough top 4 though. They're up against Team Queso, they're up against CRR, Dorito, and somebody in the top 4 as well. I forget who their third player is. And they're also up against Tho, Oli, Mike Boy, I believe. Oh, it's Zamwe. Yeah, that's going to be real tough. Look at the boost management by Dead Monster. That's a lot more comfortable for him here because he's technically lost that kickoff, but he has so much boost saved up that he can get back to it anyway. And Evoh's definitely not expecting that. He thought that was going to be his back corner boost, and actually it's Dead Monster's because he's got more boost saved. We'll have to see if that continues to be a problem for Evoh. Doubt that it will. I mean, that's the sort of thing that only needs to happen once, and then you should expect it again, or at least be ready for it again. Dead Monster playing aggressively on the ball here because he knows Evoh's also completely starved. Now both have 100. Dead Monster continues to stay on the ball anyway. Evoh cuts around. Dead Monster chips it off the back wall. Great follow through as well. Dead Monster looking to see where Evoh is, see if there's any option for a bump. Fakes the shot, has Evoh all over the place here. Dead Monster's dissected his defense for a 2-goal lead. Another bit of a panic for Evoh. Oh, that fake jump absolutely got him. Dead Monster with a big mind game there. Had no intention of playing for a 50, but the jump made Evoh panic. It was a forced error. Hey, Damio, thanks for the prime. Welcome to the channel. Dead Monster brings the ball down with composure. Evoh's got no boost here, so Dead Monster knows he just has to stay goal side, and he will be fine. Evoh still turning with absolutely nothing. This is ridiculous aggression. Even if Dead Monster sees it coming, it's hard to counter. Evoh's so good at it, look at this! He just doesn't have any respect, and I feel like this is such a common theme for all the young players on the come up recently. The confidence that they play with is just astounding. It's crazy. Zero boost, they challenge. A well-known player in that, no problem. I'll just outplay him. These guys are on another level. No nerves. Carry Poppins, thanks for the 11-month prime. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate the support, man. If Dead Monster wins all 3 on Europe, then it's a 3-3 tie. But I would be surprised. I think that the most likely scoreline here, I would say, is... I mean, looking at how Dead Monster's playing, I think a 2-1 win for him is probably the most likely scoreline, but on EU, I mean. But on in terms of second score, I think you have to say 2-1 Evoh. I think there's no way this goes 3-0 to Dead Monster. Evoh's bound to get a game at some point. He's just so unpredictable, and he's so aggressive. Dead Monster is a great counterpuncher, but it's really difficult. It wears down your mental. It's so hard to play on the back foot for an extended period of time. Dead Monster showing his stuff once again with the demo dodge, but a heavy touch takes him on the wrong side of the ball in field, and the side flip shot is easily blocked by Evoh. It's a great touch. Evoh had to be careful with that one. Dead Monster was in position. And once again, Evoh's got to be careful. Where are you going there with that one? But he does roll it up into the back corner and blocks the next shot with expertise. 30 seconds to go. Dead Monster just well, he actually baits the shot to the bottom corner, and he reads the early challenge there by Evoh. Evoh's got to be careful. Dead Monster's starting to get a read on that, and now he's in a world of trouble. Evoh on the wrong side of the ball. Dead Monster has missed another open net. Oh my goodness. Open net miss inside the final 10 seconds. And that one wasn't as tough as the one earlier. That one was absolutely scoreable with no way for Evoh to block it at the bottom corner. And now a kickoff goes Evoh's way. Dead Monster's got the wave dash though, so he might be able to play in the way of this one. Evoh has got the win. Dead Monster will be devastated. 2 open net misses in games which end up going 1 goal in Evoh's favor. Oh, what a disaster for him. What an absolute disaster. You know, with the time remaining there, you have to think that that would have been game over. But Evoh takes it and gets another valuable win for North America, who are fighting back in this round. I think right now North America are winning round 2, I believe. I think that the score lines are 4-1 for Daniel, 4-0 for Evoh, and 4-0 for Jack. So the Daniel and, or rather the Evoh and Jack score lines, I believe, cancel each other out. And then it's Dries and Daniel who are making the difference as well. The commentating is slightly biased. I don't think so, personally. I think I'm the most unbiased commentator. Another way to look at it is I'm the least biased commentator. So, nah, I'm just going to flat out disagree with you there. And, yeah. No explanation needed. Oh, Dead Monster with the mind game. Evo's gone. Evo's gone. Dead Monster really outplayed him on that one. That opinion is biased. Well, of course, that was kind of the joke, but nah, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I've heard a lot of biased commentary this year. The grid. Sorry. Need a drink of water. Something stuck in my throat there. And it hasn't been on my channel. It has never been on my channel. I don't do biased commentary. I just want good 1v1. Like, yeah, it's NA versus EU, but I just want good games. That's all I'm hoping for. Oh, what a save. Well played, Evoh. And he's going to just stop as well. He knows he's done enough. He knows he's got it. Look at that. You'll love to see it. I love that. He stops. A little bit of a movement there. I wish he just stayed still the entire time. Like, as the ball bounces in and as the goal explosion happens. If Evoh was just chilling, that would have been brilliant. So next time, Evoh, don't second guess yourself. Just sit still. I know it probably took all of the strength that he could muster mentally to stop moving there. That must have taken a lot. I mean, how old? He's 13, I believe. 13-year-old Rocket League player to stop moving for that long. It's a big ask. Dead Monster's got the mind game, so man. Fills him again. Evo's getting a bit jumpy here. And he's got no boost. He's got nowhere to go. Oh, poor guy. He didn't even have any boost to fly back down with. Dries Joyous 2-2. Man, what a series. That's a good showing for Dries, who struggled in the last round. Oh, wow. Dead Monster somehow gets a demo there. It didn't look like a demo on the spectator client, but he must have just clipped him on the back end of the hitbox. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he just clipped him on the back end. I thought he landed on him at first, but he just had enough speed. But yeah, just to reiterate for anybody who's trying to follow along with what's going on here. After round 1 of all 4 matches being played, EU led by 2 games. And as the scores, I believe, currently stand, I think NA have got a chance to go up by 2. I mean, if Evoh can sweep Dead Monster and Jack sweeps Fifi, then those 2 cancel out. Then the only 2 remaining would be this series here and the Joreuz Dries series, which Dries has already won twice in. So even if Joreuz wins games 5 and 6, I think NA still are winning at the end of this round, still. So we'll have to wait and see how those go. And yeah, with the tilting open net misses for Dead Monster, I'm changing my prediction. Let's not call it changing my prediction. I'm re-evaluating my prediction. And I think a sweep is definitely on the cards in Evo's favor here. It's definitely on the cards. But Dead Monster's been within 1 goal in the past 3 games, 2 of those on US servers, so he's absolutely got a shot to take games here. Even though the series is already, the set is already confirmed in Evo's favor. That's some control for Dead Monster. With the threat of a demo as well. Still, more demos flying in from all angles. Dead Monster's just stopped moving there, because he knows Evo's coming for him, and he doesn't exactly know where from. There's Daniel 5-1 over Evzy. So we're waiting to hear the Joreuz rescore, of course, and the Appjack Fifi. But at the moment, based on confirmed scores, confirmed games, NA are ahead, I think. Not entirely sure what the exact scoreline is though. But man, this is just this series in a nutshell. Evoh just has no respect whatsoever. No boost. Dead Monster's got more boost than him. He doesn't care. He's just gonna drive into the ball. He's just gonna go. He's just that confident. And Dead Monster could be punishing this if he just anticipates it more often. But I think he's still getting caught off guard by it. Because Evoh is so aggressive. But yeah, there's ways to counter this. If you've got a boost advantage, and your opponent uses all their boost to just dive into a 50-50 with you, then the chances are that you're going to get to the next ball before they do. Oh man, Evoh just doesn't care. Look at him. He's done it again. No boost. He doesn't need. Who said you need boost to go fast? He doesn't have any boost at all at any moment, and he's still going fast. That's crazy. 4-3, and Dead Monster is struggling to get to. He's struggling to grasp exactly what to do against this playstyle. And that's a great shot. Evoh forces the OG. That one was, I don't think, even savable because his flick is just perfect. No time wasted. Maximum amount of power. And a 2-goal lead now. That's 4 goals in a row for Evoh. Yeah, Ahmad reverse swept Evoh yesterday, which is pretty impressive. Seeing how well Evoh's playing today. So, yeah, Ahmad, I didn't expect that. I predicted Evoh to beat Ahmad, and Ahmad reverse swept him. Don't know what happened there. Maybe Evoh was nervous. He's definitely not nervous now. Definitely not nervous now. It's all going right for him. He's snagged that boost as well, so he's going to be able to recover here. But Dead Monster's got one more open net. Can he do it? Dead Monster has scored an open net. That's unbelievable. Am I dreaming? It must be a dream. It's a nightmare for the NA viewers. Can't really be happening. Dead Monster for the open net. Evoh with a strong kickoff win, and his eye on Dead Monster has still got all the chances to win this game. All the chances. Dead Monster, just like last game, has upped the aggression in the final few seconds, but he's got no boost. I don't think he could even get there. Evoh's just watching him drive away from the ball. Great time wasting by Evoh here. He knows that there's nothing Dead Monster can do. Look at this. He sees Dead Monster landing away from the ball, so he just lets it bounce one more time, knocks off that additional second, which can be a difference maker, especially in 1v1. Dead Monster has a chance to score quickly here. It's a very one-sided kickoff possession. Delays the flick. The pre-jump save by Evoh is right there alongside him. Dead Monster is having to wait and see what Evoh's got planned here. Of course, Evoh's not going to stop flipping into the ball. He's just going to keep going at it and keep it as high as possible while doing so. Dead Monster's all out of time, and now he's on the ropes. He needs one game in this series, or else he's going to get swept. He needs to win the last game, or he's being swept here. And what's the time at? Oh my goodness, we're way behind schedule here, but we'll try and speed up later on today, hopefully, if we can just keep on these, keep these games rolling. I'm good to just keep rolling with them. Personally, no breaks needed. What a showing for Evoh, though. What a showing. Drally needs to replace Dead. Well, Drally is more NA than EU, actually. Drally lives in Morocco, which is in Africa, and he is from Canada. He was born in Canada. So, if anything, Drally should be playing for NA. But this is it. Can Dead Monster get a game? Guys, what are the scores in the other sets? Are they all finished yet? Where are the scores in the other sets at? Dree's up 3-2. That's massive. What a comeback for Dree's. Got 6-0'd by Jack, and now he's up 3-2. Really well played by him. I think Fifi got swept, and Revsy took one game off Daniel. So we're seeing here if Dead Monster can do the same thing. Can Dead Monster take a game off... yeah, can Dead Monster take a game off Evoh? That's the question. Yeah, there's 24 games in every set, and I think NA are ahead. I'm trying to calculate it in my head. I don't know why I'm even bothering. I'm just going to check Wikipedia after, because they do it much better than me. Is the bracket being updated game for game? I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. Oh, it is. Okay. It is being updated game for game here. But yeah, as of the current game score, I think that we're set to be NA leading going into round 3 because of Drees showing against Jarius, which is extremely impressive. Yeah, Wikipedia really coming in clutch once again. Really coming in clutch. Yeah, just a reminder for anybody just tuning in. For every game today, or every series that features either Evoh or Daniel, we will be server switching. We'll be doing 3 games Europe, 3 games US East. And for every match featuring Drees or Fifi, they will be played in their entirety on US East. Dead Monster really showing up huge in Game 6 though. This is the first time that he's had a strong one-sided lead for himself. He's lost by 1 goal 4 times in a row. And now he's about, well, I guess from that perspective, no, sorry, yeah, he's lost by 1 goal 3 times in a row. He did end up losing by a few in the last game. But now he's finally showing what he can do. And he's a tough player to come back against because he's very smart with his positioning. He can waste a lot of time off the clock. And he's actually going to go and look for even more goals here. Wave dash catch. Evo's up fast to block the follow-up shot. Dead Monster still quickly to the ball. Wave dash bump by Dead Monster and another open net, 5-0. And it looks like Dead Monster might be able to get a game here. But with Evo's mechanical ability, with his confidence, you know that there's always a chance for the comeback. There's always a chance. Aggressive players have better chances to make comebacks. Dead Monster's way out of position here. Evoh will score that with ease. Dead Monster was going a bit too early for the boost seal. He showed Evoh his hand. Evoh, with all the cards there, takes the open net. Yeah, Appjack is 12-0 today. Appjack's crushing it. He's definitely been the best performing player so far. Evoh and Daniel are going to be 2nd and 3rd though, because of their double 5-1s. But that's going to set it up really interesting, or set up some really interesting games to finish off the day, because Evoh versus Jack and Dead Monster, I mean Jack and Jarius, and Daniel versus Jack and Jarius will all be server hopping, so there won't be any like full US East series. I'm sure that Jarius will just be, Jarius and Jack will just be happy they get to play on EU again, because they played non-stop US East today. Yeah, there's still a chance for Evoh. 4 goals with half a game to go is totally winnable in 1v1, especially if you're on a hot streak like you are. Or like Evoh is, I should say. Dead Monster putting up a solid performance in the last game here. This has been what we're waiting for. This is, you know, why he was able to take a game off Daniel. He's just a very tough player to completely shut out of a series. If Jarius plays like that, Daniel might win 7-0 in 6 games. Well, Jarius not playing well against Reese. Jarius looked really good against Fifi. So maybe his stamina is just not there. Maybe Jarius is just itching for Valorant. He just can't wait to get the next session. He's done his daily dose of Rocket League. Now it's all downhill. All downhill for Jarius. 10 hours past 2 weeks having an impact. I think he's been putting in more hours since the apparently Jack accusation. I should say the apparently Jack accusation. I had to be careful there because I was thinking I'm going to say something stupid. And Evoh gets his first goal back. He just doesn't give up on any play, does he? He never gives up on any play, trusting his mechanics to get him out of these tough situations. It's an absolute field day for Jack and his YouTube content. Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see his clickbait titles of 6-0ing 2 people in a row. 6-0ing G2's best player. Oh man. Somebody tell Jack I've got his title for the series against Dries. Can I sweep? Can I beat G2's best player 6 times in a row? Doesn't matter that it's Dries. You can call anyone a best player for their team in a YouTube title. It doesn't matter if they're actually the best player or not. It's just a YouTube title. Dead Monster trying to get a very precise shot on target there. Ends up missing the ball entirely. Very risky play there by Dead Monster to go for such a soft, well, such a precise touch on the ball. I won't say soft. He's trying to hit it hard, but he's trying to hit it hard by just barely clipping it on the way by. Look at the speed by Evoh. That's ridiculous. He had almost no boost here, and it looks like he's got 100. Watch one more time. How quickly he transitions. That flick could not have been any better for the setup. Dead Monster had no idea that he was about to be left completely in the dust. But it looks like he might get another goal back with the kickoff. Another open net for Dead Monster. He'll wish that he'd scored that one earlier on in the series, because he doesn't need it as badly right now. That being said, it is much better looking up and seeing a 3-goal lead than a 2-goal lead. Another kickoff win for Dead Monster. Possession is securely his in the back corner, and he just knew that Evoh would be coming in. I mean, Evoh dives in anyway. Of course he's going to dive in with 30 seconds left, and he's down by 3. So Dead Monster with a hard read here. He just knew there's no way Evoh fakes a challenge. I mean, he hardly fakes any challenges at the best of times, so. And Dead Monster up by 4 now. Trying to lock up one win for EU. Looking very doable here. So across the board then, how many wins will that be for NA and for EU in this round? I think, did Joyas and Dries tie 3-3? Did that end up being 3-3? Not sure if it did. Because we might be completely dead even if Joyas and Dries tied 3-3 there. No, Jory's losing game 6 right now. Okay, so I think the two ways that this could go, if my math is correct, are either Jory's wins that last game and we go completely even into the next round, or if Dries wins, I think NA are ahead. But don't take my word for that. I might be completely wrong.